a couple of base races, you know, quite a few objective fights, and also a lot of just posturing around the map, people going on secret missions and them not quite working out as well. This feels a lot more like your garden variety game. Then again, so did the game last time, so I'm not ready to call it yet. As forces the Shirelias there, so nice little job there.
Something. Keria pretty safe. You know, they'd like to force an unbreakable will if possible, but at the end of the day, he's just going to back away. And that's a nice little group up for Gen G. You know, it's the second time they've been able to do it. The first one was because T1 was around a Drake. But this one, just pretty much straight up, going into the mid lane, finding a push.
And
a turret.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind if Gen G tried and helped set up for Rascal a little bit better. Because I get that he's supposed to like draw pressure on the bot side of the map, while Gen G try and maybe set up vision around the Baron and take control of that area. But if his team provides him with a little bit more vision on that bot side, I think he can actually threaten Kana a little bit more. Maybe force up more of a response, which should free up the rest of the map for Gen G. And now, yes, it's 3 Drakes for T1, so I still think they're in a considerable lead. And I also don't think that if Teddy plays it well, which, considering last game, probably will, it's hard to go for the Keria.
Yeah, he is Alistair, but they do have a ridiculous amount of CC. They're not going to keep him around for long enough. Ruler has to Feather Storm. In kind of an awkward spot there. Teddy with red buff really putting on the pressure. And yeah.
Too big of them used. Yeah. Lord Dominic's now done for Ruler as well. So that should actually help him to get through both Ona and Keria. I like that. That was a good wind wall.
Quality wind wall.
Yeah. Yep. You know, we didn't get a Cloud Soul, so you got to get your
we're commentating golf now. And he sets up the wind wall.
Nicely done. Moves forward. This is a hard one. As 115 till the Drake spawns.
It's a hard one.
I thought he was going to go for
not even good golf commentary.
Like, I don't watch golf.
Oh man! And now we have a Keria in a bad spot, but actually, who's baiting who? As we got teleports out the wazoo. Coming in behind, Teddy is looking to flank everybody. He's just behind and he's corralling them. And here comes Kana, finds everybody, but they all split up into different directions. Teddy is getting bullied on the left side and he will go down, but so does Ruler. And so now 4v3 in favor of T1. They're just trying to realm warp in there as Baker. He is a menace. He is so fed right now, but not quite going to be able to catch up to them. But you know who can is potentially this Olaf. Really nicely played there by Life to save and spare the blushes of his team, but T1 still win the fight in a big way.
And I think they made a play, thinking that Keria didn't have the Unbreakable Will available, because otherwise there's no reason for you to use your combo on an Alistair, right? Because they forced it relatively earlier. And they were like, hey, if he doesn't have it, we can blow him up, and that is the frontline gone for the T1 comp. Instead, they used the most valuable combo on an Alistair that's Hive my Arbon and Flash. So good luck, and that is the soul, because that fight in of itself, not the end of the world, but giving over the Ocean Soul to this T1 comp. Oh, Gen G, you're making it harder and harder for yourself.
Yeah. And this is what you were talking about. They use everything on Keria, so you don't have Last Breath. You do not have the Grand Entrance.
And you don't have Moonfall. So
yeah,
it's
you don't have Moonfall. So
and this is also, and this is where we see the reason why I think Xayah also has fallen largely out of favor, is how long the cooldown is on this ultimate. Because it's easy to forget, but Ruler, just because he had to use it in an earlier fight, doesn't have it available here, right? It's like still 50% or 40% of the cooldown left.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice that you're able to stay alive. It really cleanly played. Live Rakan always has been very, very good, but it doesn't actually get you anything. You lose the Drake. You need to make that work. You need to be 100% certain that Keria doesn't have the ultimate. If you go for that instead, now you are down an Ocean Soul, and combo hasn't really worked a single time as of yet, though, does.
Yeah, I mean, you consider the targets that they have. You don't like Alistair. You don't really like Olaf if you're ever able to get him, while he doesn't have Ragnarok. Ezreal is really difficult to lock down as well. It's going to be difficult to actually take him down, so you're kind of left with Faker.
Yeah.
And maybe Kana? Kana's not.
He's cannon.
Yeah, he's cannon. So
It
it's
feels
like
bad.
he's got Zhonya's. He's very fast.
Ooh.
And now Faker is just so fed. But at the same time, this is Camille with 3 items, 2.5 at least. And you know what? Rascal's doing a good job so far winning that fight. The TP is going to come in, though. That is going to be forced here, but still Faker will go down. Nice two-shot barrage. Nice try from Teddy, but at the end of the day, it's still a kill in favor of Rascal and GENG, and Faker was the one trying to set that one up.
And it's easy to forget because we keep talking about this combo because it's the focal point of the GENG composition. But they also have a fat Camille that they can just set in the side lane, and there's no one on T1 that can actually fight them. And especially with Rascal teleport up, I'm very happy to finally see them use that. And as I say that, he teleports towards Baron.
Yeah, here we go. Teddy's got a red buff, though. And Owners is running on in. Pretty early on, he's still trying to go for the kill, but everybody's got a stopwatch, it feels like, in this meta. For some reason, Olaf can't kill anybody, and it's because of this damn stopwatch. And now Life comes in, zones them away. Kana still has his combo. Teddy's still alive, and this is 5v2, but a couple of very scary members on the enemy team. They're getting poked out here. The wind wall seems to be
this
down.
is scary.
Here comes Kana, no knockup, and now we got Faker in here. The Baron goes the way of GENG, but the cleanup is coming in for T1, and more stopwatches come through. Kana is just going to go down, and Rascal is playing an awesome game here, able to come back from this huge deficit, and now they got the combo again, and it's up on Faker, but Teddy is alive, and Teddy's trying to go 1v3. He gets another one, and he's going to get another reset. One more Q can do it. He's trying to get the cooldown back, and he should have his E over this wall, but it's still Camille. Can he land the Q is the question. The answer will be no, and Rascal gets away, but man, Teddy is so gigantic.
And if that's not enough, he can actually keep shoving here. Oh, there's one auto!
Hit it!
Oh, no, he doesn't want to take the risk, and I think that's fair, because if Rascal actually gets on top of him and kills him, that's it. And this is so reminiscent of what we saw earlier, right? Where Rascal's the only one left with a Baron buff, and this is, I think, overextension from Faker, right? Gets overzealous, thinks that if Kana, or if Rascal rather face checks him, he can 100 to 0 it. Unfortunately, Rascal plays it really nicely, dodges the Everfrost, also hits the W heal, so is completely fine. And then, yeah, over-enthusiasm, because just Owner and Kara don't have the damage to actually get this done. But then, and this is a result of the type of comp that GENG have, their Baron damage is actually fairly low, right? Like, they go for it, but they go for it rather slowly. And Teddy and Kana using this time to try and get as much done as possible. And then this is the Teddy show coming right in here, right? Because Kana goes in, he gets immediately exhausted, and while he gets some CC down and is able to get clit, that in of itself doesn't mean that much. But then look at this. The fact that like they go back in here as well, I think it's understandable, but this is a crucial decision from Live. And Teddy still has his flash, right? So like even if Live does go for Teddy, it's not enough.
You see he's aiming for the back line because he knows he's going to kill the Xayah with his auto. He's like, oh, I think I can do this. Right there at the end. And now we got an Elder in a minute. So...
yeah, because while it was happening, obviously GENG not really able to use the Baron buff.
Yeah.
But they're still in the game. They didn't lose anything outside of not having a Baron. And they're, you know, the one kick all they do is kind of irrelevant. So who is better? A wombo combo, a Camille on the side lane, or the Fountain Laser on Ezreal? Because that's kind of what it feels like this game is boiled down to.
I just feel like Teddy has so many ways to get out of it. The problem is that Teddy alone, in that fight specifically, when they're all grouped up in the Baron and he's got some members to eat a lot of damage and keep the enemy team around, I feel like it's good. But as the game comes along, I'm not sure if every fight is going to look that way.
There's also the Hextech Ultimatum, right? And like I think that's the trump card, and it depends on how well GENG is able to use that. If it can use the
BDD?
Ultimatum, it should be able to heal up a wave, but there actually isn't a wave. It's Teddy!
Come on! This guy's just OP! Can we nerf Teddy? Is that possible? Somebody get Riot on the phone.
BDS teleport available. And GENG, like last game, you can't sit around. You need to actually make a play.
I like this. They're poking out everybody on the side of GENG so that they can't just go for wombo combo. And it's because their poke machine is so fed.
Oh, man. They want to go, but they have no vision. They can't
Ocean
check
Rift.
this.
Ocean Rift.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah. It's going to give you some extra brushes in area. Able to sneak in. And it doesn't look like they have an idea that he's here. It's now, here we go, he gets the 3-man knock up in the wall, the combo. The wind wall gets a lot of work done, actually, as Khan on the backline doesn't do anything. The Olaf gets kited out as well. There is a chance here, but Teddy is still alive, and that's really the kicker. He gets the knock up on the Teddy, but now he's in the backline, and he's just taking everybody out. Ruler is here, but what can he do against the Fountain Laser? The answer is nothing. And now Teddy will just chase him down. Just flashes for it, might as well. This guy he's 1v9ing right now.
Oh! Might I remind you, this man has been on the bench for the largest part of the split.
Oh, wait, how did he know he was in there?
Going in again. No, I think as Rascal, if you don't go for the defensive hookshot there, I don't know. Can't get out. Krug save his life there.
Yeah.
Well, if T1 win, I'm not going to have to think about my Pog vote. That's nice.
Is he just going to have to... Okay, he's just going to solo the Elder Drake. Of course, yeah, of course he would.
TP's available, though. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Rascal's Tactical Ultimatum and GA.
Kana's here, too. TP, so now it's 2v1. We got life coming over. And everybody on the side of T1 died first, so they're running over faster. We got a second TP coming in.
Surely. Wait, they don't have smite? Oh,
nope.
No.
Nobody has smite. Nobody has smite. And so Owner gets in, and it actually still goes to Teddy. Because, of course, he is the bottom lane and the jungle and the mid lane and everything at this point in time. And that's Elder for T1 now. 34 minutes into the game, and how are you going to stop the Ezreal that was already terrorizing you, but now he's got Elder?
This is a really nice setup. As you point out, the wind wall prevents so much damage, but while I think the split fight here actually works out relatively well for GENG, and Rascal and Ruler are able to blow up a bunch of people, it doesn't matter, because there's only one person that really matters on GENG, or on T1 rather, and it's Teddy, right? And like the confidence of this player as well. So it's like, yeah, no, I'll hit that. Like, flash mystic, no problem. I'm hitting it every time. Like, it says a lot about the state of mind and how unformed Teddy currently is, and we saw it already in game number 2. But this game, it feels like after game number 2, like, or game number 3, Red, like, can you top that kind of performance on Jinx? I didn't think he was going to. But if I'm seeing this, you know, if I'm, hey, you know what, I'll watch some LCK tonight. Maybe you're a fan of another region. You're like, what? I thought Gumayushi was. Why is Teddy back? What is he doing? What is going on? And
or maybe if you're only watching the playoffs, you're like, oh no, of course it's Teddy.
Yeah.
You know, of course he does this.
And
he's insane.
It's insane. And the crazy thing to me is, I don't think this game is won yet.
No, I mean,
as long as you don't engage with this Elder buff that's only up for 50 more minutes. All
right, here we go. They say you want a base race? You really want a base race or Rise? Are you sure about that? We have Baron.
We got base race.
What are you doing? Get back in your base right now. And you know what? I mean, this is 30 seconds. And okay, we're just gonna back away. They get that one Nexus turret. I should, you know, probably clarify that.
Important distinction.
Yeah, no Nexus yet. Although it's right there.
20 seconds.
The light at the end of this tunnel. They're there in the mouth of the tunnel right now. Look at Ruler. He nearly dies to 2 Mystic shots. And now he's got a back, and there you go. One in engage. Who cares?
Seconds.
Here comes Kana. We're just going to be bursting down everybody as life is going to try it so much for your combo. You don't have anything against Teddy in this game. Nothing. As T1 are going to take down the Nexus, and they will make it to the finals of the LCK, and they will secure their world spot.
For the first time in 2 years, T1 is going to be back at the World